We may just run through the support conversations. I'm not sure. Okay, oh, I gotta, sorry, for my own sake, I've gotta, just that. You guys won't notice the difference, probably. I probably center this a little bit. I've got it on, like, the top left. Let me center it a little. Alright, yeah, let's find out who they can sport with. So she can sport, obviously, with the Linnell. She can sport with Alden, that could be interesting. Her and Vesta, her and Corvan, her and Lincoln. I think her and Alden could be interesting. Because Alden right now only has Brooke. And Marin. And Sophia, I guess, too, yeah. And theirs is fine. But maybe I'll have him ship with Maeve. We'll see if she gets any more sports, because obviously Corvin and Mia are teaming up. Vesta, I gotta use more. Lincoln, he's kinda sidelined right now. Delanelle has a lot more sports than her. It's interesting. It was good to see you get on that boat. Familiar faces are few and far between right now.
Explain.
What in the world are you doing with these people? You heard that my father disowned me and dropped off the map, I presume. Of course, where were you? Captured by bandits. Funnily enough, Irving and the others rescued me. Us? Sophia is the dearest friend I've ever had, though I'd appreciate you not telling her that. Her family took me in after my exile, fed me, clothed me. In peasant garb, I'm sure. I'd love to see what that looked like. I'm sure you would, you fiend. Either way, we stuck with them. I have no place in Sojourn, and there's no reason to stick around. What happened to the Waste? Last I heard, your traveling companions wiped out both the Aramoran and Delian armies and killed the commander.
Gods!
Keep your voice down. Sterling's little brother is on board. He had to watch him die, and now he has to carry the guilt that a whole kingdom thinks he was the one to kill him. It's awful. From what I'd heard, Sterling was a good man. Yes, Sterling was, and so is his brother, Monroe. I know you have no purpose in Varroa, Monroe, so I won't pry. I think you should join us. I can't explain why unless you promise to stay with the group.
Naturally.
Alright, Valmurin. I've known you a long time, and I've never known you to care for anything at all. You have my curiosity sated. That was it for him. Helena, hey, how have you been finding everything? Travel suits me. I've made my home on the road ever since I left the monastery. Oh, that's great. Glad to hear it. I was more asking about the people, though. I know Garrick, for one, can be a little rough around the edges with pious folk. I think they make him insecure. He has not yet spoken to me. Yeah, about that.
Hush.
Sounds like I should prefer it. I mean, he's pretty harmless for the most part. Just a bit of a rascal. Reverent is not the word I use for him. I had a brother who was that way. I bet that drove you crazy. Actually, he was my favorite brother.
Huh?
Really? Were the two of you close?
No.
Not at all. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It must have been harder on your family when you left for the monastery.
I wonder.
I don't think it was. In a way, they encouraged it. Well then, I guess at least they were supportive. I'd sooner call Garrick Reverend. Alright, I think I'm getting the picture. Well, listen, hopefully this can be a new chapter for you. We've got practically no choice but to support each other, just to make it through to tomorrow. If there's anything I can do to make you feel at home, or maybe not at home, but you know what I mean, you just let me know. Thank you, Marin. That's a generous offer. Please, it's nothing. I'm just glad you decided to stick around. Irving, how are you feeling? It wouldn't be right to complain, but you want to. Let's just say I can still remember a time in my life when my whole body wasn't sore, though only a distant memory now. I think I know just the spell for that.
Don't worry.
Please, Marin, don't bother. I just need rest. Stubborn as always. How'd it go, your talk with your father? Went as good as you can expect. I'm sure he was devastated by the news. I have a feeling Vesta must have softened the blow a bit, but yes, I have no doubt he was. How'd he react? He was strong, as I'm sure he's always trained to be. A man in my father's position is never far from loss. Still, I'm sure this was uniquely painful. With Sterling, he lost more than a son, I think I'm sorry, Irving. I wasn't trying to bring back all those memories again.
Sterling.
No.